Please click the subscribe button and the notification icon. It will help us a lot.
You know, I can only tell people what I had done, what I, how I lived, and the things that the process that I went to get the jobs. That's mainly, you just got to find the industry that you want to get into. This works for anything: shoemaking, hat making, or shoes even. You go to the industry that you want. You find a school. These days it can be relatively cheap. Find a community where you can go in and talk to people face to face. All right, that's really important, as opposed to just typing out an email, because we're humans. We work on that face to face level. So as soon as you start building a relationship with these people that you go to school, you meet the students. Maybe some of these students are already in the industry. Maybe these students know other students who know a guy who's already in the industry. All right, we've already talked about that in the past one, but that's really all it comes down to, is a person-to-person relationship. Don't be sleazy. Don't be stupid. Don't try to just hand out your business card to everybody. It's about being real with people and saying, hey, this is where I want to be at some point in the future. Let's be friends and talk about it. And, we don't have to be just contacts. You just have to build up your people skills sometimes, which is it's kind of like interesting how counter that is for artists, because naturally artists are for the most part, I think, we're the kids sitting in the back of the classroom with their hoodie up and doodling their anime. And anytime somebody would talk to them, they'd be like, they're just antisocial for the most part. And it's really hard to break out of that. But I was that way for a long time, and I think the more you grow up, the more you realize that nobody really cares about you, and nobody really cares about the mistakes that you're going to make, and you don't need to feel so nervous around other people, because nobody cares. I had a big social issue. I didn't want to be on Facebooks. I didn't want to be on the Instagrams. I didn't want to be anywhere on the internet. Just because when you're younger, you have the emotion of caring what people think. And that can really get in the way of you just being natural and just being yourself. And getting caught up in that can really lead to antisocial behavior that it's just not beneficial. And it's so tough to break out of, because it's all mental, But it's really easy for me to say that, just to say go out and talk to people, because that's not a lot of artists don't do that naturally, because we're, again, naturally antisocial, or introverted, maybe I should say. And I'm very introverted. I can sit on my computer and draw all day and be by myself. Extremely introverted. But the more I realize, looking at people on YouTube, looking at Donald Trump, the more you can talk the talk. You don't even have to walk the walk sometimes. If there's one thing to learn from that fellow, Donald Trump, is that you just gotta know how to talk. You can talk your way into anything. And that's one thing that he has, one thing that he can do. And I think he's a really good example of that. There's all kinds of crazy people in the past that have gotten to where they got because they could talk well. That's just how it is. And I always thought that it was 50-50, 50% work ethic, or no, 50% talent, 50% skills, and then 50% talking to people. That's what you would think naturally, but it's not really. It's 99% talking and knowing how to present yourself and just being a good person and persuasive, just knowing how to talk and just be social and make friends. And then 1% skills, because I've seen people get hired whom they had the potential to be a good artist, but at the moment they were not. At the moment of being hired, they're not good at all. But again, doesn't matter, as long as you make friends, and they know, hey, I know this person. I know this person will work good for me because we know each other on a personal level. You don't need to see their portfolio. You just think, I know that person. And yeah, that's all it takes.